Right, so I'm going to give you guys a trade breakdown on EURJPY, which I managed to take on a Monday with the Trade Ideas channel. If you guys are interested, the link will be in the description down below to also join and capitalize off these moves with me. Now my analysis began from the 4-hour time frame. Currently, price action was at this moment once I came onto the markets, and as you can see, price is pushing bearish. We're in a nice bearish structure from 158.400. Unless price can break above these highs and hold above it, we're looking for sells and sells only. So since my bias was bearish, I then came down to the 1-hour time frame and noticed a nice level of supply sitting right over here. Now if we change the color to blue and color coordinate this, so we've seen a nice level of supply and a lot of exhaustion, a lot of wick rejections at that level. Price has attempted and failed many times to break and hold above this level of supply. Once I noticed that, I then placed my TP, my potential TP, at the close of this, at the bottom of this candlestick, and we can also label it nice and neatly so we know that this is our take profit region. Once that was determined, we then came down to the 5-minute time frame. This has skipped ahead a bit, so let's reverse back and place it from right about here. So now looking on the 5-minute time frame, this is where we need to start paying attention to a lot of details. Now on the 5-minute time frame, we see structure is currently bullish. Now if structure is bullish, we can't really look to sell. We need to see a shift in structure. So what I saw was price pushing up, followed by a retracement, and then price failed to create a higher high. We got a double top being formed, so we can mark that out nice and neatly to indicate that price is again showing us weakness and failing to give us that bullish uptrend. And this is also at key level of supply on the 1 hour. Once this was determined, we can also highlight the low of this candle to be an area of interest, because we would like this level to break to confirm that we can see a shift, which is exactly what I was talking about. Once all of this was determined, we simply just let price play along. We've seen it retesting and holding this level. We want to see a nice break of this level, and then this is exactly where I noticed this downwards channel being formed. So we can see that we're in a downwards channel, and we've also got a level of support over here as well. So this is just showing us a descending sort of wedge formation occurring, and at the close of this candle is exactly when I entered the trade. And if we come back, I'm looking for my stop loss to be at 158.174. so my stop loss was at 158.174. let me double check that. Yeah, and then my TP was at exactly where we've highlighted, right over here at around 697. So if we look back at it, 698, so roughly basically around that region right here. 697 was the TP. So this is, we was currently looking at a nice 1 to 2.7 risk to reward ratio. So now all I've done was simply just stuck to my trading strategy. We've seen a nice push up. I've updated the signals. The trade ideas group, we can see a nice push down, and then I've told him to roll stops to break even, and then we can see a nice push down and hitting TP, which is exactly where I ended up closing, right around over here. Now that was just one trade on a Monday. We had another beautiful trade called out the very next day on Tuesday, and as you can see, again, I was looking for sales on EURJPY. This, however, was, let's just get rid of this replay tool now, and we come on over to the 4-hour time frame. This occurred roughly around over here, so on that retest. So if you can see, again, our bias remains bearish on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour time frame, this occurred on the 30-minute actually, and as you can see on the 30-minute time frame, price is coming back to retest this level of resistance, and we've seen nice weakness. And again, we're going to highlight our TP. My first TP was going to be at the bottom of this level right over here, and we can label that as such. Once I saw that, we then dropped down to the 5-minute time frame again, and we can see price did have a nice sort of uptrend being formed right around this region over here, and price has also created a high of this level right over here, and we can make this red as such. So now within this range, we're stuck in this sort of consolidation. I've seen price push up, retrace, fail to create a higher again, another mini double top formation. So I've ended up entering the trade right about over here, and then if you come back to look at the Telegram group, we can see my stops were at 157,890, 157,890, and my TP was again going to be where I've highlighted as such. Let's send this to the back so it's easier to see, and you can see instantly we went into drawdown. Now this was a fake out. I got faked out because we've seen a huge push down, a nice bearish engulfing, and then we've seen an opposite candle come back up. Once I realized and recognized this, I saw that price broke above, creating a higher high. We then came back down and it failed to create a higher high again. So at this point, this made me confident that we can definitely push through, and so I decided to extend my stop loss. So if you can see, I said extend stop loss to 905. So if we drag that up to 905 right over here. So as you can see, this does take a lot of experience in the markets to be able to be confident, to be able to extend your stop loss and hold the trade. Since I saw that this was a key level of resistance, and we also had a 5-minute supply over here as well, it gave me the confidence to hold this trade and extend my stop loss. And as you can see, we've seen a nice push down, and I've updated the group saying, finally, what a pain, we now need to see a follow through. So that's exactly what we ended up getting, a nice push through. We came back up. At this point, now this is where I got very unlucky. At this point, if I show you, I said stops to break even. Now my break even stops were over here. Where did I end up entering? I ended up entering just above here. So I did not enter at the close. I waited for a push up. So this is what happened as such. So once price came back down, this candlestick right over here, this is when I told the Trade Ideas channel to roll stop to break even, and as you can see, price did not hit the break even. We still had maybe a pip or two. Yeah, so we still had a pip left. However, due to spreads, I ended up taking a break even on this trade, which was so annoying because right after we came and hit TP. Some of my subscribers on this Trade Ideas channel did manage to catch this trade, and as you can see, got tagged out for break even, and then we ended up hitting TP as such. So some of you guys did end up catching this trade. However, I got unlucky and was not able to catch it. A lesson learned and a lesson noted in my journal, and I'll make sure next time I do give it a bit more breathing room and account for spreads. But these 2 days have been amazing in the Trade Ideas channel. If you guys are interested, the link is in the description down below. We're calling that clean, well analyzed, detailed trades which you guys can capitalize off yourself.